I'm Matt from Chaparral Motorsports here with Dunlop's Geomax MX52. Early 2014, Dunlop released a new flagship model, the MX52. Now here with us today is Aaron Klein from Tucker Rocky representing Dunlop to explain to us the features and benefits of this new tire. So Aaron, what would you say this tire was designed to do and who is the tire for?
You know, this tire was actually designed for an intermediate to hard terrain track surface. So much like choosing the right pair of shoes to go outside, right? You wouldn't wear a set of flip-flops out in the rain. You're going to grab the right pair of shoes for this. You want to make sure you have the right tire to do the job you're looking for. So if you're out riding at your motocross track, your local track, and you know, hey, my track usually starts off pretty hard and then gets harder as the day goes along. If it's clay, something like that, you get blue groove. The MX52 tire is the tire for you. This tire is set up for exactly that type of compound. That type of terrain, that type of track surface. It only gets better as the track gets harder in the afternoon. The difference being the blocks on the lugs are a lot closer together. So you don't have a real wide spacing because we're not working with a loamy condition, we're working with a hard pack. So we're not gonna have mud stuck in here. We wanna keep these guys a little tighter so that we have more contact patch on the ground itself. The 52 has a pattern that's set up to really work well in those harsh, dry conditions. It's really going to allow the best hookup, and I mean, this is going to be the tire for you in those harder pack track situations.
So what are the features that make this tire handle so great?
Well, you know, last year Dunlop had 3 different tires, right? To do the job. Basically, you had a soft compound tire that was good for soft track surfaces. You had an intermediate compound tire, and you had a hard terrain tire. Now we've summed that up with just 2 tires this year. The overlap in the intermediate, because most tracks are going to get harder in the afternoon, we now have a pretty strong overlap between the MX32 and the MX52 for that intermediate terrain. So now we want to figure out how does your track start, how does your track finish, to decide what tire you need. Now I started talking about the lug spacing. The lug spacing is ideal with hard terrain, hard pack tires because it doesn't need to be real big. You're not trying to expel dirt or mud out of that. You want this thing to roll across the dirt good, have nice sharp edges to bite, and get a hold of it for straight line front traction. Now, to help you corner-wise, Dunlop has done this, and it's a beautiful idea, honestly. I mean, commend these guys for doing this. They've actually gone to a block-in-a-block design for the lug. The block-in-a-block technology, genius. This actually offers a raised center block with the outer lug that would be normal, that you would normally see on your normal dirt bike tire. But this raised center just gives a little bit more contact patch. You got another biting edge there that will now grab a hold of the dirt. It offers a flex. They kind of pull away from each other so that they really bite down in that dirt, and does a great job for cornering, handling, once you get these things over onto the side lugs. Obviously, when you're running straight or you're on a power situation, you're going to be running off your center blocks. They've gone to big, healthy, gnarly center blocks because we know we're going to be riding more of that intermediate to hard terrain out of this tire. So we want to keep a bigger block in the center because now we've got some harsher environment we're going to deal with, right? The tire rolls smooth. The lug difference, if you're looking at center lugs versus the 32 and the 52, you'll see the spacing difference and the way the stagger is set up. Obviously, it's set up for a harder pack tire, so we want to make sure this tire is really going to handle those hard terrain surfaces. The front tire, same thing. It's a directional tire, so it is designed to roll in one direction and operate the best there. We want to improve steering characteristics, roll through, side load on the tire. You really want to make sure this thing's going to handle, and that's what Dunlop's addressed. They've done a staggered pattern here through the center tread, which really lets this thing roll smooth and give a good, predictable feel out of the handlebars. You've gone to a bigger side block, which really bites in on that hard pack and really hangs onto that hard pack, so it gives you great cornering. I mean, top-level pros are running these things and have been now for the last year and a half or so doing testing with these. They're all over the national circuit right now with the outdoor series going on, and Supercross are a huge hit for those drier, harder pack type tracks.
Now I know this tire has a new rubber compound, so could you explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, for sure, Matt. Actually, what Dunlop has done is they've changed the way this tire handles with a lot of the rubber compounds that they're using now. You've gone to more of a shock absorption type compound, which really allows this tire to flex through the carcass and stay true to the dirt. So as it hits, it's going to stay impacted down and not want to come up and lift up, almost like your suspension would on your motorcycle, right? This tire, you can think of it as having suspension built in. I guess we can look at it that way, right? It's going to dampen that impact and not allow the tire to come up off the ground. So it's going to keep traction and keep driving you forward. Also, they've changed some of the rubber compounds as far as the knobs go. This really allows the knob to bite a hold of the dirt better without tearing loose. I mean, we've all seen it. You use the wrong type of tire on the wrong type of terrain, you come back, you know, you got lugs hanging off the thing like crazy. They've definitely done their homework with the rubber compounds here. It really allowed for a rubber compound that's going to bite a hold of the dirt, but yet not be too soft and tear loose. So I think Dunlop's really hit a home run with this tire. They've changed the carcass around quite a bit, like I said, to allow flex in the carcass, to allow it to really roll with the dirt and stay in contact 100% of the time, because we all know, you know, when the tire's on the ground, you're driving forward. When it's not, you're just spinning wheels, right?
Right, absolutely. So I can definitely see how this tire has been redesigned not only for handling, but overall performance. I mean, the knobs and the block-and-block technology, it's awesome.
Oh, it's far superior this year. I think, I mean, we've seen it. The results are at the racetrack, obviously. Most of the top-level pros are all running these tires. Between the 52 and the 32, depending on the track conditions, you cannot go wrong with those two tires. Handling characteristics are through the roof. The tire really rolls with you. It's going to function the way it should be. I would not be shy to say, hey, you won't be bummed if you buy a set of these tires. I think you'll really have a good time on them. And they last. I mean, a lot of the top pros are saying how much time they're actually getting out of these tires. They're not having to swap out to another set of tires halfway through practice. These tires are staying together and really giving them their money's worth at the end of the day.
Awesome. Well, hey man, I really want to thank you for stopping by.
Hey, I appreciate you having me.
Aaron Klein from Dunlop here. Now, for more information on the MX52s, you can visit our website, shapmoto.com. And always remember, we have 3 easy ways for you to shop. Give us a call, 1-800-841-2960. Visit us at shapmoto.com or see us at our 160,000 square foot Motorsports Superstore. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt from Chaparral, your destination for all things motorsports.